You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, you guys. Appreciate everybody that's going to come into the video. Like the videos y'all come in. Try to get over 1,000 likes as you guys join the stream. And we'll get right to the content and talk about what's going on with this situation with Cardi B's baby father and her boyfriend, Stefon Diggs. Now, as you guys already know, there was a chef that went by the name of Jamila Adams. This chef, she basically went to the police, filed a report, criminal report, and then went to court against Stefon Diggs and tried to have him locked up for alleged assault, choking her, this, that, and the third. Well, um, she went to court. She didn't do too well on the stand, as she basically uh, got broken down on the stand, even though she did stand by her allegations of being choked and assaulted. Stefon Diggs had a, I believe, hairdresser who, man, she was super thick too, who came and basically, I believe, had some video footage of the chef afterwards dancing, and had video footage of her in the car and things like this, not seeming to have too much of a worry, I guess, a day later, dancing and, basically smiling. And so that right there hurt this woman's claims in her court, along with her claims of the money, and the way that the money claims didn't line up in the end. Well, since losing that case, she has been getting hammered across social media. And Stefon Diggs, somehow, someway, has ended up back in the arms of delusional Cardi B and her delusional supporters and fans, who sit up here and go along with her cap every single time. Now, shout out to all the ladies who was in the video I did that spoke out against that foolishness Cardi B does, because what she does is she allows this type of buffoonery to go on, and then she cries in the end when it don't work out, and she get played out and says, "Oh, this is what happens. They do me dirty." But she put herself in these same situations after sitting up there reading those text messages, knowing this man was goddamn gonna land it to everything in that crib. She still ran back over there after what she claimed, I guess, happened at the Super Bowl. She still ran back over there, right? Her life, her decisions, but don't come on social media crying about it. And then when people come and say, "Hey, well, why are you worried? What are you talking about?" She brought it to the public. If she bring it to the public, we can cook on it. We can give our opinion. If Cardi B brings something to the public, people are publicly going to have a public opinion. She brought a lot of her situations to the public. She goes live and talks about her private life. So it's her fault when people have commentary on her private life, because she makes it public. If you don't want people commenting on your private life, don't make it public. Point blank, period. We won't have nothing to talk about. But anyways, now the chef has come out in the aftermath of losing that case, and she's standing on her story. She's still saying that, "Hey man, look, this dude put his hands on me. He got away with it. And once again, this is why people getting away with this type of stuff through the court system, because they're able to use their celebrity, use their fortune to get out of trouble, right?" Even though I don't think that she took enough accountability for her horrible performance on the stand, and even if she was assaulted, which I believe he probably did put hands on the chick. You know what I'm saying? Being that this man probably had every chick in that crib. If you, like I said before, man, that's a dangerous situation to play. Is having a whole bunch of chicks working for you. You laying the wood to all of them allegedly. That's a dynamite waiting to explode right there. You got all of them in the same vicinity of each other. Man, listen, bro. It's one thing if you got one of them, but if you got like a whole bunch of them in the same facility, they're not all gonna get along. It's not gonna work. But anyways, according to the report, shout out to Black Sports Online, they're reporting that the personal chef, who goes by the name of Jamila Adams, super thick, BBL'd up chef, she last out on Instagram, posting alleged text. This is in the aftermath of him winning that case. Now, she posted alleged text messages and defending her accusations against him a day after The Massachusetts jury acquitted him of assault and strangulation charges, so she's still standing on that. Now, she worked as his live-in personal chef and had accused him of slapping and choking her during an argument in his Dedham home on December the 2nd back in 2025. Now, the dispute stemmed from unpaid wages, according to her testimony. Court records show that the pair had known each other for about 4.5 years after connecting on Instagram, with their relationship turning sexual before she was hired in July 2025 at $2,000 a week. And that's another thing. She always talked about how she didn't have money. I'm like, oh, what the hell was you spending money on? If you're living with this guy, you're making 2 G's a week. Where's all your money going to? See, that's another thing. She's a very irresponsible person with money, and that exposed her too. Her irresponsibility with money really exposed her and put her out here in a bad way, and it's her fault. It's all her fault for that. She should be more responsible with her money and how she moved with her money. But that's neither here nor there. But, that's her fault for being broke, saying she ain't had no money to go nowhere. You making $2,000 a week, that's $8,000 a month. Now you should have some money saved up. Where the hell is all your money going to? So, anyways, she went on social media and absolutely crashed out. So she wrote on her Instagram, she writes, "Some people pray you stay silent. Some even tried to put that silence in writing. I went to trial. I took the stand. I told my truth. I was exhausted, emotionally, physically, spiritually. I didn't want to keep going, but I knew I had to. This process showed me how quickly a woman can be questioned, judged, doubted, and broken down for speaking up. It showed me how hard it is to stand up against someone with power, fame, money, and protection around him." She says, "I refuse to be silenced. He tried to make me sign an NDA. He offered me $100,000 to recant my statement, and no amount of money would make me lie. After everything I experienced and witnessed, especially in that house, I refuse. I will always refuse to sign away my voice." The verdict hurt, but what cut deeper was hearing events described in ways I know were not true, and realizing how little the system did not protect me, prepare me, or treat me like I mattered. A verdict does not erase what happened to me. Not guilty does not mean I lied. Not guilty does not mean I am broken. Not guilty does not mean I will disappear. I know what I lived through. He knows what happened, and the people who know him know the truth too, is what she wrote. Then she placed text messages up here, right? She also wrote in a caption, "I know what I lived through. He knows what happened, and the people who know him know the truth too." Now, these texts were submitted into evidence but was not addressed. Let's stop the scorned woman narrative. I didn't come this far to stay quiet, she said, and I won't be quiet. Now, she put out these text messages. Now, in these texts that she put out, ladies and gentlemen, these texts say a lot right here. The text that she put out. Now, the text that she put out, it says, "You upset right now. You need to calm down. At least when you talking to me. Why would I have you come be around someone you don't get along with?" Now, this is the message that Stefon Diggs allegedly wrote to her. And she had these messages in court, but they didn't go through them apparently. And again, this is a crazy situation because Stefon Diggs, bro, he played a dangerous game, man. I mean, laying wood to all these chicks that you got around you allegedly, man, that's a dangerous game to play, bro. You know what I mean? And this is what happens in the end. And like I said before, a lot of people are demonizing her, saying she's a liar about the incident. Listen, man, I'm gonna just keep it 100 on my channel. I'm not gonna play no games with nobody. I don't give a damn what nobody think. You know, me personally, Stefon Diggs got multiple different allegations surrounding him with assault. He got another dude that's out here accusing him of assault, saying that this man not only physically, sexually tried to assault him, uh, you know, Do I think that he did the shit that she said he did? Yeah. Do I think that she had an axe to grind and that she wasn't gonna say nothing as long as he let her be in that spot? No. I think that I believe her story, but I think that she wasn't gonna say anything until he basically asked her out. I don't think she was gonna say anything until she found out that he was not gonna rock with her like that no more. He was gonna get her up out of there. And then that's when I think that she said, you know what? Since you're gonna do me like that, now I'm gonna go let it all go. I'm gonna go expose you. That's what I think happened. That's exactly what I think happened. And I think that he used her rage, her anger, and some of the things that she didn't have 100% calculated against her. That's exactly what I feel like happened. I feel like, he used the flaws that she do have against her. And it's enough in the society and the public that we live in today to convince people, hey man, hey, she on cap. But really, when you look at it, Stefon Diggs still got multiple other allegations surrounding him. So you have to ask yourself a question: is all these different people lying who don't know each other? These are the different things you got to ask. Now he's found not guilty in court, but when you look at these text messages, I mean, let's read the text messages that she put out here that he wrote to her. She put this online. So it says, "You upset right now. You need to calm down. At least when you talking to me. Why would I have you come be around someone you don't get along with? You don't give a fuck about anything, but I do, which is why I'm listening to you. But you saying to me, you acting like I'm wrong. You mad at me saying I believe her. Believe who? My baby moms or Millie? Lindsay didn't send that message. And I'm not here to play Blues Clues about it. I came to you because the specifics of that matter, nobody heard me say it but you. Nobody else. You want to be upset about like I'm the one not trusting you or not talking around you. Like what? I love you. I don't deserve none of the shit you trying to pull me with or pull with me. But if you feel so strongly, okay, I don't want you to be nowhere you don't want to be. You want to pack up and go? Now remember, she said that she was going to leave. She said she wanted to leave. Well, these messages apparently show Stefon Diggs telling her, hey, you want to pack up and leave? He said, I don't want you to be nowhere you don't want to be. You want to pack up and leave? And then it's kind of, they got the little thing which you screenshotted it so you can't, and it says that it goes on, right? It says, you want to pack up and go home? Cool. But don't sit up here acting like it's me because I didn't do a motherfucking thing. I have a relationship with both y'all. Art Basel isn't just my thing. It was a project me and her did. Why would I have you come still? I don't know what you thinking or feeling, but I didn't effing do it. That's the message he supposedly sent her. Then she responds to him. She says, you told that girl you was effing me. You told me you did. That bitch knew KJ didn't like me being here. Didn't say nothing to you. If she ain't send it, that's some shit they made up and sent to each other because I didn't tell nobody. No shit like that. Nothing like that. It's been in the blogs. That girl had a boy. It's not a effing flex. Effing on, she says. You. I don't talk like that. And that bitch in love with you, and I'm not. She feels a way, not me. Ain't nobody ever came to you and said I was effing you ever. He says, yeah, she knew I was effing you way before you ever came back to the house. Ever so, I don't know what the fuck that mean. And no, the fuck they didn't. No, she had a fucking boy. The fuck you talking about? They said she had twins. Ain't nobody send nothing to each other and don't even make no effing sense. And she responds and says, BITCHs do BITCH ish and find time to send it. And then he said, Biatch, who the F is you talking to? And she says, you. And he says, ain't nobody sending nothing messages saying that they effing Mr. Nobody. Stop trying to act like that makes sense. Because it don't. She says that message said that I said I could F you anytime. He said, you dumb ass BITEA. And she says it make a lot of sense. The name of the page. I planned this BITCH. He says, message say, I sent KJ home. That's what the F the message said. She says, nigga, I don't have no friends. You told me KJ was coming for 3 days. He said, I told you I sent her home because she had an attitude and made everybody feel away in the house. Then she says, you the fuck did not. Then he says, don't tell me what I said, BITCA. I know what I said because I told your ass to go the fuck upstairs and get out the kitchen when she was in there because she was acting weird. Yes, the fuck I did, you dumbass bitch, which is why we having this conversation in the first place. Then she says, you didn't tell me to go upstairs. You asked me to get out the kitchen. Effing Zia was in there. Then he said, Lindsay is not sending a message to Millie saying she fucking. Then she says, bitch, I don't know I don't know that fucking tranny. Bro, these people got a toxic ass relationship. This shit is crazy. Then he says, I don't give a how you feeling about that. That's not the situation. She didn't do that. And she says, I don't give a fuck either. And I'm fucking her up. That showed how she was always felt in that text. Exactly what I said. These bitches in competition for imaginary fucking spot. Beating her the fuck up. Whatever. And your dumbass too blind to see these bitches started. Right? Imaginary fucking race. I asked you, was you effing that B the same day she left? Everyone saw her getting upset with me, but you. I don't give a one fuck either. Never will. All this time I've known you, now I'm running my mouth. Be fucking for real. And then he writes, you feel like you right. You grown. Stand on whatever it is you feel. I'm not going back and forth with your ass. You have a nasty ass attitude. And not once did I ever go with the plot of anything. My message was about you. And if you repeat it, he says, if you repeat it, wow, this is crazy. Something I told you to anyone. I don't give a fuck if all of them feel away. I never carried it no way. It never compromised my relationship with you. You did that on your own. Can't nobody get me to stop dealing, talking, effing anybody. She says, I didn't compromise shit. He says, I'm going to leave you be. Thank you for cooking for me this season. I appreciate you. Hated God like this. Hated even God like this, but oh well. Down having a Texan match or done having a Texan match. You got it. Cool. And then she says, you'll be paying me out for the season and the money you said you would give me for my business. Wasting my effing time being here because you got a effing circus going on. I'm out of your life and ruining that bee's life. Then he says, I won't be paying you shit. If I look like paying you and paying another chef. Is you high BITCH? Who the F gotta give you money for your business? I don't gotta do a mofo thing. He said, and you can get whoever you want. You got my address. Tell them to come take the money then. If you talking about. She says, bet, pussy. He says, show me on pussy. She said, will do. And he liked that message. He liked that message. And then he says, up. She said, what's wrong? What you unsend? He says, who you tell I was effing Lindsay to? She says, I ain't tell no one that. He says, you did. Who you tell I sent KJ home? She says, no, if I didn't, I never told anyone you sent KJ home. And then she says, I have defended that you not. Then he says, like it wouldn't make sense for her to have somebody watching her kid. She thinking effing me. Then the girl say, Lindsay not a threat to me. I don't give a fuck that y'all are. I'm not jealous. He says, Lindsay didn't send a message saying that you definitely think I'm effing her. She says, yep, because they can't prove it. She says, I'm telling you, said, I'm just going to have you go home when she is coming. And you didn't want anyone uncomfortable. You said, she said, I didn't speak to her. And about Lindsay knowing she ain't like me here. You also said, if it was you, how would you feel seeing me here cooking for you, for your nigga? Yeah, they can't put this on me. Sorry. And ooh, I'm not in a effing battle with none of these bitches. You even make it seem like I can F you anytime, etc. It's not some shit I will even say. This is not my fight, not my words, none of it. Bro, this man was piping the chef and probably all them other chicks. This man brought all this trouble to himself. You got a whole bunch of chicks around the same place. You laying wood to all of them and got them all out here discombobulated. I think that this woman was 100% down with Stefon Diggs and whatever he wanted to do. You want to be with Cardi B and have that girl in your okay, cool. You banging me on the side. Hey, just keep me employed. But then once all these other chicks come in the picture and you get jealousy with 10 or however many other chicks came around that's getting piped down, and then chicks moving for position to get this chick out, that chick out, and then you tell the chef chick you can't come one time and we going somewhere and she been riding with you for 4.5 years doing whatever you want to do, letting you beat, letting you pipe and all this other stuff. I mean, this is what it's gonna be. This is what it's gonna be. Right? I mean, this is how it's gonna pan out right here. Straight, we ain't going nowhere else with it. It's gonna pan out straight like that, right? So you know, hey, this is where it comes down to, right? So she definitely BBL'd up. She definitely super thick, and you know, Stefon Diggs, man, he put himself in that situation. You know, you getting on the busy with all these chicks, man. It's gonna backfire on you. You know what I mean? Straight up, bro. It's definitely gonna backfire on you, and it's not gonna end well. And this is exactly what happened, man. Exactly what happened, right? Now, could this lady cook? Yeah, she could cook. If you look at her social media, she can cook the hell out some dishes, but she was super thick. You understand? So this is just basically a big ass toxic situation where, in my opinion, she felt violated because she was down for the cause. She was cooking his food and cooking something else in the bedroom, probably. And then, you know what I'm saying? Once other chicks came around, I believe that the other chicks and her had beef, and it spilled over, and it caused beef with her and him, because she probably felt like this nigga, oh nigga, y'all been fucking with you all this time. You lean into all these other. So that's probably what happened. See what I'm saying? And then we are where we are now. So this is how I'm seeing the whole situation play out. This is how I'm seeing the whole situation play out. Right? So yeah, most def, man. Um, and then, you know, just by their text messages, by seeing that, man, you could see that it was some real smoke in the city out here between these two. It was some real smoke between these two. I mean, the way he was talking to her and the messages too, is just like, you know, man, it was a real situation going on. You know, a real situation going on. You did? So yeah, man. Um, this one of them ones right here, y'all. Definitely one of them ones right here, man. If you looking at this thing and you saying, hey man, damn, how this thing pop off like this? Yeah, it popped off. You know, when every employee that you got working for you is super thick, I mean, and they living with you. I guess this one, the living chef. Yeah, man. And so, yeah, man. You know, y'all know what's up, man. So she don't went and crashed out. You did. So yeah, I just think they got a big ass messy situation, and Cardi B, she putting herself right back in the mix. That's on her. I don't want to hear her crying ever again on social media about nothing. She come crying after that stuff happened with Offset, man. I'm like, I want to hear her cry about nothing ever again. You understand? When you a woman, you repeatedly put yourself in these type of situations and come out here crying about something. I don't want to hear nothing. Straight up, man. Straight up. Cause you don't need first of all, she's a horrible example herself. Ladies gave her a pass talking about she drugged dudes and did all these disparaging things to dudes and robbed them and everything. They gave her a pass for that. They didn't care about that. But if a dude would have did that to her, they'd have been out here. It'd have been 1,000 videos talking about how this nigga ain't shit. See, that's what I be talking about. You gotta keep it like 100 on both sides. If you don't keep it 100 on both sides, let's not even talk about it. Right? Then when she got backlash for putting that out there, she tried to walk that back. Right? Y'all love this ratchet, unhinged behavior. Your daughters are growing up watching this stuff and you wonder why they getting turned out. I'm just trying to tell y'all what it is. Right? Keep that shit 100, man. Like I said before, man. Everybody says she should have took that 100K. Nah, man, because y'all always get on people for taking the money, right? When y'all say, oh, what, they ain't gonna, she went to criminal court. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it 100. Yeah, was she getting piped out? Yeah, she was getting piped out. You know she was, man. You know what I'm saying? But she probably felt like I was down for the cause. Like, I'm on the team. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't finna be a number one joint. But you know what I'm saying? As long as you giving me the D, you keeping me, you respected me. Just respect me. That's what it seemed like she just wanted. Like respect, don't disrespect me. You know what I'm saying? I let you pipe me out, keep me on the team. I cook for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting a free room and board and I'm getting paid. Shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what it seemed like. Then it turned left. You know what I'm saying? Other chicks come around. You see that these other chicks is thick too. They all close. They going on trips. You like, hold on. You putting A and B together. Now what's the problem with the chicks? You got too many chicks around. Like I said before, bro. And then this is the thing. This ain't his only allegation. He got dudes out here accusing him of stuff. A dude accused him of trying to sexually violate him. So again, like I said before, you make it make sense. Like, share, subscribe, man.
Hey, we always appreciate the support, and if you guys want to do so, you can use the Cash App or PayPal links. They'll be in the description box below this video or pinned at the top of the comments. The top donators will be announced every month. All right, you guys, hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, share, and subscribe. Make sure y'all cop the merch, and make sure that you get the weight loss formula. The links to that will be in the description box below this video. Check out our next video coming up right now.